Hey y'all, I'm Carolina Tony. Today the road brings us to Chattanooga, Tennessee. More specifically than that, we are at Lookout Point, high on the top of a mountain, near and overlooking Chattanooga, Tennessee, where a very important battle took place during the war between the states. We're going to walk around and look at some awesome views and learn a little bit about this battle right after this station identification. This is Point Park on top of Lookout Mountain here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is where a very important war between the states battle was fought, and we'll learn a little bit about the history as we go through this.
Out Creek down below on the western side of the mountain, and there will be a Captain Maximilian Vanden Corpet of the Cherokee Artillery up here that will ride. He heard the chopping of axes in that morning. That's all. It was Confederate skirmishers building fortifications, but it's actually soldiers constructing a bridge.
The park ranger giving a talk about the Battle of Chattanooga. Right down below that is the Tennessee River, and we're overlooking Chattanooga, Tennessee. We are on the top of Point Lookout. Was a Confederate advantage point during the war between the states. You see how the Tennessee River comes from way over there, and it twists and turns all the way through Chattanooga and keeps on going. A big bronze plaque on the side of the monument. The Confederate troops in the Battle of Lookout Mountain. It's all the different brigades that were here, and there is the monument. All of the units that were represented here. Here are the invaders units. I don't want to say invaders, these were the guys from up north, and it looks like the majority of them were from New York. New York Independent Battery, New York Light Battery, various infantry units. The Confederate forces west of Chattanooga Creek after dark on November 23rd, 1863 were placed in command of Major General C.L. Stevens. His division, consisting of Brown's, Pettus, and Cummins brigades with Corrupt's battery, occupied the summit of Lookout Mountain. Walter's brigade in its westerly slope, and on Moore's, the eastern side near Craven's house, both Cheatham's division, Cummins brigade, moved that night to the base of the mountain. At about 10 a.m. on November the 24th, Walton's advanced line was attacked in front and to the left flank under the cover of dense fog and fell back slowly, fighting over the rocks to the breastworks running down the north slope to the mountain. His troops, though desperately resisting, were forced out by the superior numbers of Searching's artillery fire and retired, passing Craven's house about noon to the trenches 400 yards south of the point where his brigade was reformed. On Moore's left, about 250 pickets, and those are guards, of Moore's brigade were taken in reverse on north slope of the mountain and captured. Walthrop lost nearly half of his command. Pettus' brigade, about 1 p.m., relieved Waltrop's, which soon returned to the front line and held with the brigades. The attacking lines were hidden by heavy mist of the site, by the heavy mist from the side of Brown's brigade on the summit, but sharpshooters were deployed down the mountainside who guided their firing by the noise of Federal musketry. At the same time, men stationed along the crest rolled down the rocks. All fighting was below the palisades, and the main battle lines diverged thereon. The Confederates on the summit began to withdraw about 7 p.m., covered by the sharp skirmish firing from the troops in the trenches south of Craven's house. At about 2 a.m. on November 25th, these troops also retired. The battles of Chattanooga, we're going to go inside and see if we can learn a little bit about what happened here.
It is 1863, the third bitter year of the war between the states. The conflict goes badly for the Confederacy. In the north, Lee's thrust into Pennsylvania has ended in terrible defeat at Gettysburg. To the west, on the Mississippi River, Vicksburg has fallen to Ulysses S. Grant. Now, Union armies are massing in eastern Tennessee in a determined effort to cut the South in two. The small town of Chattanooga is about to take its place in history. As a major railroad center connecting the east, west, and south, Chattanooga is a strategic point for supplying the Southern troops with ammunition, food, and clothing. As Union General William Rosecrans' Army of the Cumberland suddenly advances on the town, its defenders withdraw. Seeking better defensive positions, the Confederate Army of Tennessee retreats into Georgia. Within days, its commander, General Braxton Bragg, receives reinforcements. As Federal troops move in pursuit, the armies collide. On September 19th and 20th, in some of the war's bloodiest and most desperate fighting, Union troops are defeated at the Battle of Chickamauga. When the fight is over, more than 16,000 Northerners and 18,500 Southerners lie dead, wounded, or missing in the dark and bloody forests.
Right straight in that area that is known as Missionary Ridge. Right in this area here would have been the Southern Railroad. Over in that direction, right on the horizon, would have been the 1863 headquarters site of General Bragg. That's who Fort Bragg in Fayetteville was named after. And of course, there is Missionary Ridge, right there.
The casements explode, showering fire across the night sky. Between those bursts, the battle is fought in darkness. Every flash of musket fire provides a target. Every sound or movement is a threat. Chaos and confusion reign. Troops fire on their own men. Running short of ammunition, Federal troops scavenge the cartridge boxes of their...
The section of the Parrott guns occupied this position for nearly 2 months previous to the Battle of the 24th and was engaged at intervals in firing at the enemy's wagon trains, Moccasin Point batteries, and lines facing Missionary Ridge. About midnight of November the 23rd, after the enemy had advanced and occupied Orchard Knob, this section was ordered to report to General Anderson, commanding the division, which then occupied the land of works at the base of Missionary Ridge. Well, that is going to be a wrap for our brief visit to the Lookout Point on top of Lookout Mountain here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I hope you have enjoyed our visit here. Hope you've learned a lot. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a big old thumbs up. Be sure to share it with your family and friends. But until next time, y'all have a good day.